Coming up, a unique way to deal with drug crimes in Virginia, how Navy vets play an important role in keeping city monuments gleaming, and city leaders make urban biking a priority in Norfolk. You'll see these and many more stories from the OV to Berkeley on this edition of Norfolk News Now. Welcome to the June edition of Norfolk News Now. I'm Karen Parker-Chesson with the Norfolk Police Department. Thanks for joining us. The city of Norfolk is continually taking steps to make the community more bike-friendly. Now, there's a new commission to help take the steps that will get the pedals moving. The Triple N's John Linka explains.
I have lived here since 1982, and I rarely have ridden my bike because it's too dangerous.
The folks sitting at this table are hoping to help the city of Norfolk change that. These 7 Norfolk residents make up the city's new Bike Pedestrian Commission.
The Bike Pedestrian Commission is an advisory committee to the City Council, and they will be looking at the city's plans and operations to bring about, to make Norfolk a bike-friendly city, a more bike-friendly city.
It seems like a great opportunity. I'm really excited to be able to be part of an effort to formalize what has been, for the most part, an under the radar culture of bicycling and walking in Norfolk.
They'll work with City Council and the Norfolk Bike Task Force, which is made up of representatives from several city departments, to reconnect citizens to streets by 2 wheels instead of 4. And who better to give first-hand information about making Norfolk more bike-friendly than those who are friendliest to their bikes and who know how much potential Norfolk has for cyclists.
I grew up riding my bike to high school. I went to University of Illinois, which had bike lanes in the 1970s. And this place, this location is flat. The weather is great for biking.
We're really looking forward to increasing the number of the amount of bicycle infrastructure that we have in the city, and trying to get people to, within the city at various levels, to think about bicycles and pedestrians in the same way that they're thinking about the number of cars that go down the road right now. So if you're doing a construction project, you got to be thinking about, well, do we have a marked pedestrian detour? Or are we just expecting them to go take their chances in 6 lanes of traffic?
And the long-term goal isn't just limited to Norfolk.
Long-term vision or goal, as it were, would be to make Norfolk a city that was bikeable to the extent that it would be part of, or could be a destination, a bike destination, where visitors would come to town with their bikes for a weekend or even a week stay to see the sights and be able to bike around the entire Hampton Roads area.
For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Linka.
The city, in collaboration with the Economic Development Authority and the Norfolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority, has launched a new program aimed at highlighting properties for sale. City Sites includes a web-based resource to provide information on selected properties owned by the city, the EDA and NRHA. The site also lists city-owned facilities available for lease and surplus school sites. New signs and marketing materials are also part of the effort. To find out more about the City Sites program, go to norfolk.gov and click on the City Sites logo. May was National Drug Court Month. A very special rally took place throughout the country and finished up right here in Norfolk. The Triple N's John Linka explains.
All rise. It's a phrase heard in every courtroom in America, but in this courtroom, all rise also means Larry Adams is rising to graduate from the Norfolk Drug Court, breaking a 22-year addiction to heroin.
Today is a special day, not only just for me, you know, for my family, and for, you know, for the world to see, you know, that living without drugs, you know, is an awesome experience.
Adams is the 193rd graduate of the Norfolk Drug Court, which opened in 1998. Led by Chief Circuit Judge Junice Fulton, its purpose is to help people break their substance abuse addictions. May was National Drug Court Month, and Norfolk's Drug Court was celebrated and honored with drug courts across the country all month long. thanks to a cross-country motorcycle relay called the All Rise America National Motorcycle Relay for Recovery, sponsored by the National Association of Drug Court Professionals.
We started on Santa Ana, California on May 1st. We're visiting 25 drug courts in 25 days, and we're ending here in Norfolk, Virginia. In 2,600 communities, drug courts are changing lives, and so this trip is really an opportunity to not only celebrate those programs, but to let people know that drug courts are out there.
This courtroom gavel made the entire trip, symbolizing the life-changing power of drug courts.
We just went and picked it up in Newport News, and we've brought it here to the Norfolk Circuit Court to present to the chief judge that handles the drug courts.
Drug courts that Larry Adams is thankful for.
Being in drug court and being a graduate is the most excited, feeling that anyone can ever have. Restoring, your life back. And it's just wonderful, to be in an awesome program.
But Larry wasn't the only graduate of the most recent Norfolk Drug Court. Connie Lynn Bascom, whom everyone called Bobby, also received her Norfolk Drug Court graduation diploma posthumously last month. She lost her battle with cancer a few months before her graduation date, but she won her fight with substance abuse, leaving this world clean and sober. For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Linka.
Take a stroll along Norfolk's Town Point Park and downtown waterfront, and you'll see statues and memorials dedicated to our military service members. How do they stay so shiny and clean? It's in large part to the good work and goodwill of volunteers, especially retired military volunteers.
It's putting a good face on for the city, because you get a lot of, the military people, they see these and they understand them. With that, it doesn't need it. They don't need an explanation. But we, this is a resort area. You got a lot of visitors down here. The battleship draws a lot of people. Nauticus draws a lot of people. And so these statues are in prime locations, really, for people to see them.
Once a year for the past 8 years, retirees like these from the Fleet Reserve Association Norfolk Branch 5 spend the day scrubbing, wiping, and waxing the Lone Sailor, Homecoming, and Armed Forces Memorial.
The statues get dirty, they get greasy, they get a patina on them that it just needs to be, for their own maintenance, it needs to be cleaned, waxed, and buffed at least once a year. You get a lot of civilians who see these things, and they get a sense of what they're about. But if they were dirty, then it kind of ruins the whole thing. So we're down here to make sure these things stay clean, stay in good shape, and that will last a long, long time.
Virginia is one of only 6 states in the nation that does not have a monument honoring those in public safety who have given their lives in the line of duty. That will all change soon. Last month, public safety leaders from Norfolk and across the state gathered in unveiling the design for what will be Virginia's first public safety memorial.
Here in Hampton Roads, the Virginia Public Safety Foundation today officially launches the campaign to build this monument to our heroes. It's very fitting that the unveiling takes place here at the Norfolk Police and Fire Rescue Museums, a local spot where we pay tribute every day to our men and women who have served the department and City of Norfolk so honorably.
The creation of a state-level memorial honoring public safety officers killed in the line of duty has long been a top priority for Virginia's various safety organizations, more than 165,000 officers and their families. The memorial will honor men and women who have died in the line of duty, as well as those actively serving as public safety officers today.
Today I am speaking on behalf of public safety leaders in Hampton Roads. My message is one of support and appreciation. The Public Safety Foundation was formed to honor and serve all of Virginia's public safety workers. The men and women of Virginia's public safety teams, they really don't seek recognition. But I can say that as we perform our duties, we are concerned about the well-being of our families. Without hesitation, public safety workers in the Commonwealth place themselves in front of our citizens, protecting them from people or events that might harm them.
To determine a complete and accurate list of names of men and women killed in the line of duty for inclusion on this wall, the Virginia Public Safety Foundation undertook in 2011 a line of duty death census which many of the departments represented here today participated in. The census collected the names and details of cases, along with survivor information, so that Virginia can have, once and for all, a complete, comprehensive roster of those who gave their lives in the line of duty, so that we can say with honesty that we will never forget their sacrifice.
It will be constructed at Darden Garden on the grounds of Richmond's Capitol Square. To learn more about the memorial and the Virginia Public Safety Foundation, visit www.vpsf.org. The Norfolk Animal Care and Adoption Center is in the process of a makeover thanks to the hard work of staff and dedicated volunteers from the interior to the exterior. Improvements are making the center more inviting to visitors and more comfortable for the animals being housed there. In addition to the interior and exterior painting, new state-of-the-art housing units are being added to the cat adoption room. The lobby is being updated to better accommodate customer flow, and more art and graphics are going up around the building. Funding for the improvements being made comes from the Friends of Norfolk Animal Care Center. The Norfolk Animal Care and Adoption Center just received its highest ever marks from the state veterinarian during its annual inspection. The inspection report specifically noted the shelter's cleanliness and overall health of the animals. Norfolk's Neighbors Building Neighborhoods program is helping neighbors all over the state build strong bonds in their neighborhoods. The idea is that when residents take a leadership role for making visible and meaningful improvements to their neighborhoods, sustainable change can happen. Since January, the program has been the focus of a magazine column in Virginia Municipal League's Town and City publication. The column details the process, challenges, and successes that Norfolk is experiencing in its implementation. Organizers are getting calls from communities all over Virginia interested in the program. There has even been interest by some cities in other states. For more information about the Neighbors Building Neighborhoods program, visit norfolk.gov/NBN. Do you ever wonder what happens to cars after they get totaled? Most probably sit in a junk or impound yard until they are turned to scrap. But in Norfolk, a few of them do a lot more than that. Thanks to a partnership between two seemingly unrelated city departments, those trash vehicles can help save lives. Norfolk Fire Rescue's Andy Mashaw has more.
This is not a salvage yard. These are not firefighters. And this, well, that is a fire. But it's not one anyone's going to get upset about. What you're watching are students in a kind of a classroom. These are members of Tidewater Regional Fire Academy, class number 137. They're Norfolk Fire recruits. And with the help of Norfolk Towing and Recovery, they're learning important lessons.
We can talk about this in the classroom, but actually being able to be out here and have it in front of us, watch it progress, and then go through the motions of putting it out is extremely valuable.
Towing and Recovery donates these ruined cars to the fire department. In doing so, they change total chunks of metal into valuable teaching tools and more valuable first-hand experience in putting out car fires. There's a lot more to it than just spraying water, especially if you want to know how a fire started.
We are able to dive into the vehicles once they're burnt and kind of pinpoint, we know where we set the fires, we know what we used as accelerants to set the fires, and so it really gives us a good handle on the fire behavior, the progression of the fire. It also gives them the ability to recognize pretty quickly that it is a crime scene, it is an arson fire, and therefore they can help preserve evidence and you kind of reduce the amount of water that they use and moving evidence around.
Other cars can be used for extrication training. Recruits learn how to stabilize cars and free victims after accidents.
And actually having the cars available to them and to get through each technique and have some instruction as they're doing it so that when the real world scenarios confront them, they've already practiced these.
All this valuable training can one day save lives. It's a lot to get out of a few wrecked cars and a partnership between two city departments.
It really takes a lot of the planning out of it for us, and they've always been very supportive, and it helps the whole process just go much more smoothly.
Hopefully the things we teach them today will go with them for the rest of their career.
For Norfolk News Now, I'm Andy Mashaw.
When we come back, city leaders reach out to residents for help building a healthy Norfolk. Plus, a new website helps you get out and move while you hunt for Norfolk's mermaids. And feel free to do a double take. Was that a face on a tugboat chugging down the Elizabeth River? We'll give you the inside story when we come back.
I present to you Algebra 2. And finally, biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
My name's Brandon. I'm 9 years old, being alcoholic.
Hi, Brandon.
I'll start drinking with the older kids. And whatever they do, I'll do.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults. So start talking before they start drinking.
I know it'll start with alcohol. I'm just not sure how it's gonna end.
Welcome back to the Triple N. Here at the Triple N, our employees are always out and about telling the good stories that happen around Norfolk. But what about those employees working for you? Well, John Linka turned the camera on us, the employees of the city, to find out what it's like to work for you as part of the recent City of Norfolk Employee Appreciation Week.
This 5K run walk at Harbor Park was a chance for Norfolk employees to get outside, pound the pavement, and continue with Norfolk's initiative of healthy living.
Well done.
But it was also a day to celebrate working for the City of Norfolk.
I've been an employee for 13 years. It's been exciting. I've had lots of opportunities to work with different departments and do different kinds of jobs, and I'm looking forward to retiring, hopefully, from the city someday.
The run walk was just part of a week-long celebration of Norfolk's city employees.
Barbara Dalton, did you say 40 years? 40 years!
There was also a Years of Service recognition ceremony honoring those who have given decades to the Mermaid City.
I always wanted to work for the city. I tried Virginia Beach first, but they wouldn't have me. So Norfolk accepted me, and I appreciate that because I was in a position that I could raise my family. Being employed for the City of Norfolk, they give me an opportunity to advance in the organization, and once I advanced, I was able to advance with my family as well. So I appreciate the City of Norfolk giving me the opportunity.
For all of you who have gone above and beyond and given of yourself unselfishly, we say thank you.
As well as an employee meet and greet on the USS Wisconsin with City Manager Marcus Jones.
People want to have joy in what they do. Many individuals spend more time at work than they do at home. So we hope that work that an individual can also find joy, and that is through communication, collaborating, and actually getting to know who your teammates are.
It's so important for us because, you know, we'd love to be able to pay our employees more than we do. So it's important for us to provide other activities that are fun. It helps you feel good about yourself. It helps you feel good about the city.
An obvious benefit for the employees, which in turn means a huge benefit for you, the residents of Norfolk.
I think it motivates us to want to do a really good job. It gives us the encouragement to really be proud of what we do, and we do what we do for the citizens. So it keeps us motivated.
Motivated to continue doing what Norfolk's employees do best. Keep this city, yes, running each and every day. For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Linka.
Norfolk Public Schools and the city's Department of Recreation, Parks and Open Space recently signed a joint use agreement. The agreement allows the Parks and Rec Department access to school facilities in the evenings and allows Norfolk Public Schools priority to use rec facilities when available. The agreement is a big step forward in the effort to enhance athletic leagues and provide recreational opportunities in communities where there are little park amenities. The joint use agreement comes after the success of a pilot program launched back in January. That joint agreement opened the Norview High School track to residents on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 9 p.m. Getting people excited about and engaged in healthy lifestyles is the aim of a new city program. Helping Norfolk lays the groundwork for improving access to healthy activities and facilities while promoting a culture of health and wellness. Since January, a steering committee has focused on existing opportunities and provided guidance on a citywide plan. Some of their research and recommendations include body mass index testing for kids in certain grades, safe routes for walking or cycling to schools, community gardens, and taking a few minutes to take a walk around your own neighborhood. To learn more about the Healthy Norfolk Initiative, go to norfolk.gov/healthynorfolk. One fun way to get out and get moving might just be to take a walking tour of Norfolk's iconic mermaids. Finding your way to them is a breeze thanks to a new mermaid mapper available on the city's website. You can use the interactive map to locate each mermaid within the city, see her picture and learn a little more about her. Or you can download a PDF version of the map to print and take with you on your tour. You can find the new mermaid mapper on your website at norfolk.gov/NorfolkMermaid. The Department of Recreation, Parks and Open Space recently made over the Raleigh Avenue Playground. The playground is across Colley Avenue from EVMS. The old playground was showing its age and city staff was having an increasingly difficult time ensuring it was safe for children to play on. The new playground features separate play areas for the little ones, ages 2 to 5, and bigger kids, ages 5 to 12. The renovated playground includes slides, climbers, swings, towers, and a wavy waffle walker. Caregivers can keep an eye on all the fun from the new benches. Work on the playground was just completed in time for spring break. If you thought you saw a red baseball cap, big googly eyes, and a smiley face traveling down Norfolk's waterways last month, it's okay, you're not crazy. They're all part of this guy, Theodore Tugboat. He's an exact replica of the toy vessel on the popular Canadian television series of the same name. He spent some time at Nauticus recently as an ambassador for Norfolk's sister city of Halifax, Nova Scotia.
This is exciting because it's connecting Norfolk with our sixth sister city, which is Halifax. Theodore is going to be delighting children of all ages and promoting Halifax and Norfolk and the connection and enjoying the beautiful harbor front.
Norfolk has 9 sister cities, and all of them in their own way are very similar to Norfolk. So whether it be geography, location near the water, military harbors, what culture, education, and so on, they all have similarities. Within sister cities, our goal is really one of citizen diplomacy, and we work at strengthening the ties of culture, education, and economics between the two cities.
A couple of other connections we have with Halifax is our free ride every day, our Ride with Fred. That actually is what they call their taxi service via golf cart in Halifax as well. So it's another way we're connected to Halifax. We twinned with Halifax in 2005. When during the Azalea Festival, actually it was 2006, when Azalea Festival, Canada was the honored nation, and so that is when the actual twinning took place. Theodore actually came to Norfolk about 10 years ago, and so he is an ambassador to Halifax, which makes it especially exciting.
So what's it like to be the captain of a Theodore Tugboat?
Well, you always get a lot of smiles. Yeah, it's very interesting, and all the tugboat captains, as we pass them on the intercoastal or coming up the coast, are calling us and wanting to visit, and it's a really good feeling. It's one of those things that you come aboard Theodore, you're happy, and it's a great experience.
To learn more about Theodore Tugboat, check out his Facebook page at facebook.com/Theodore Tugboat. Well, that wraps up the June edition of Norfolk News Now on the Triple N. Thanks for watching Norfolk's Neighborhood Network for all things Norfolk. I'm Karen Parker Tesson with the Norfolk Police Department. Take care of yourself and your city and celebrate life daily.